Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Vault. My name is Rob. Let's talk about movies. In today's video, we are going to rank the Jaws movies best to worst, worst to best, whatever way you want to put that. Let's get into this video. So the Jaws franchise began in 1975 as the brainchild of Steven Spielberg, based on a Peter Benchley novel. It spanned 4 movies all the way to 1987, so we're going to rank those 4 movies in this video. Of course guys, remember that this is just my ranking, it's not the correct ranking, it's just my opinion. Do get involved in the comments guys, let me know down below what is your ranking of the 4 Jaws movies, what do you like best. Let's get into the ranking right now. So coming in at number 4, the worst ranked Jaws movie in my opinion is Jaws 3 from 1983, directed by Joe Alves. This one takes place in a SeaWorld water park. I believe it's supposed to be Florida. The only connection to the original Jaws movie is that we have the 2 sons of Chief Brody have a part in this movie. The older one, Mike or Michael, works at SeaWorld. They kind of have this, they're getting ready to open this new kind of underwater tunnel system where you can look into this kind of gated water park from the ocean. Unfortunately, you guessed it, a shark has gotten in through the gate and mayhem is about to ensue. A couple of things here I didn't like about Jaws 3 or Jaws 3D. As I mentioned, it was 1983, so it was in the height of the second coming of the 3D movies. You know, we've seen it all in the 50s and 60s and stuff like that, so it made a little bit of a comeback in the 80s here. There is a lot of 3D shots that don't look great these days at all. Another thing I don't like about this is, as I said, this is supposed to be the older child out of the original Jaws movie, Michael. He works in the water park. His, I guess, wife or whoever she is decides, hey, let's capture this great white shark that's gotten into the water park. Let's put him on display. After everything that's happened in the first 2 movies, he's going to put a shark on display and try and capture it. Doesn't really make sense to me at all. Unfortunately, that shark that they do successfully capture dies when they realise that is a baby great white and there is a bigger, badder mother great white shark loose in the park. That's what the whole end of the movie sort of sets up itself for. There's a really cool shot of, you see the filmmaker guy getting eaten from inside of the shark. That was really cool in there, but this feels a little bit like Halloween 3 to me in the Jaws franchise. If they would have left the 2 Brody sons out of this one, it could have worked as a standalone movie. It didn't really need to be the 2 sons. We have Leah Thompson in an early role in there, really cool to see her. Otherwise, thumbs down for me on this one guys, Jaws 3. It's absolutely terrible, bad movie, worst Jaws movie ever. So coming in 3rd place is 1987's Jaws the Revenge, aka Jaws 4. This one is directed by Joseph Sargent. I recall this one always being on TV when I was a little kid, so I kind of have fond memories of watching this one and the very first one. Let me give you a quick rundown of what happens in Jaws the Revenge. So it kicks off at Christmas in Amity Island. The younger Brody son, Sean, is now a police officer. Basically, he gets called out on Christmas Eve or whatever it is. You guessed it, a great white shark attacks and kills him. So after the death of the youngest son, Sean, Mrs. Brody, Ellen, decides to go to the Bahamas with the older son, Michael, who works on a kind of a shipping vessel type thing down there. So they all go on holidays. Michael Caine is in this one as the kind of airplane pilot that brings them there. That's kind of funny. You guessed it, a great white shark turns up in the Bahamas and starts to attack Michael's shipping vessel. They try to track the shark with some kind of innovative technology, which was really cool in the movie. I thought the kind of bloop 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 kind of noises, sound effects, that was all super cool. There's a really great sequence where the great white attacks Michael, where he's down in the little kind of submarine thing and he kind of goes into a shipwreck and has to kind of turn his oxygen tank upside down, knock the nozzle off and kind of ride it up to the surface. I thought that was a really cool action sequence in there as well. One thing I don't like about Jaws the Revenge guys is that there's an actual line in the movie where Ellen Brody says, this is the same shark that killed Chief Brody, that killed the brother Sean, and now it's out for the rest of the family. We know that's not even possible because the shark has already been killed in 3 movies so far. If we watch them in sequence, not possible at all. Another thing about Jaws the Revenge guys is that they got more ambitious as the movies went along. The shark spends a lot of time diving out of the water at boats and stuff in this 4th Jaws movie. The shark looks good, looks better than the 3rd movie, but there's too much time jumping out of the water, slow motion stuff. Don't like it at all. The whole finale of the movie is a little bit baffling guys, because They're all on the boat and she's head on with the shark, and you know there's a kind of a pole at the front of the boat that has been kind of snapped in two. They rigged these electrical devices that's kind of making the shark go crazy in the water. All that stuff is good up to the point where the shark is making like crazy lion roars. I don't know, I don't get that. I guess we'll kind of let that one slide. The whole finale of the movie here ends up with the boat colliding with the shark, who has jumped out of the water. Boom. But for some reason the shark explodes. I don't know why. And I'm pretty sure that shot we get of the shark kind of floating down under the water is the same shot from the very first Jaws movie. They couldn't even be bothered making a new shot there, as far as I'm concerned, for Jaws the Revenge. So coming in at number 2 is Jaws 2 from 1978. This one has a couple of directors. There was some people for it on it, but the director who's titled on the movie is Jano Zwark. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly here. So this one is set 4 years after the events of the original Jaws movie. It's back on Amity Island again. Chief Brody and everybody from the main cast has basically returned for this one. There's this brand new kind of big hotel opened up on the beach when, you guessed it, a great white shark has returned to Amity to wreak havoc on the community once again. Jaws 2 kind of amps it up to the next level, guys. Within the first 20 minutes there is a boat explosion. The shark gets all burned on one side of its face. They reveal a really cool looking dead whale on the beach with kind of shark bite marks in it. I thought that was really cool, remembering seeing that. They also kind of push a little bit that Chief Brody is kind of losing his mind a little bit. There's no shark, that's not a shark bite. There's all this kind of stuff going on as well, which ultimately leads him to getting fired from the Amity Police Service. A lot of the movie involves the children and the teens and stuff, and sailboats and all that kind of thing. So the whole kind of climax of the movie ends up with them all kind of sailing out to what they call Cable Junction, where these electrical cables kind of meet, and then past this like little rock island is the Atlantic Ocean, and they have to stop themselves after a shark attack from drifting out into the Atlantic Ocean. And it's really cool seeing a rescue helicopter kind of lands on the water, one of those helicopters that can land on water, where, you guessed it, Jaws jumps out of the water and attacks the helicopter. Really cool. Of course, Chief Brody is already on the way in the boat to launch a rescue mission. We get this cool ending to the movie where he kind of winches up the electrical cable. He's like banging on the cable to get the shark to attack. Of course, Jaws attacks that electrical cable and is electrocuted to death, goes on fire and sinks to the bottom of the ocean. Pretty cool end, if you ask me. So here we have it, guys. You've guessed it, coming in at number 1 is the original Jaws from 1975. Of course, directed by Steven Spielberg. This is an absolute masterpiece in filmmaking. You have that amazing score by John Williams. Brilliant. The opening attack of the movie really sets up what it's all about. They find the body on the beach. Dread sets in throughout the whole movie. It's really, really awesome. I love that shot of the where Chief Brody's sitting on the beach, and you kind of achieve it by, you either dolly the camera in and zoom out, or you zoom in and dolly the camera out, where the background kind of flies away, where he kind of realizes there's a shark attack happening with the little Kittner boy. That's really awesome. You know, Quint is, what a character he is. He's brilliant. Richard Dreyfuss is in there as well. Hooper. What a trio. We don't get to see the shark until 1 hour into like an almost 2-hour movie, which was absolute genius. You don't need to see the shark. That was a brilliant idea. One of my favourite scenes out of the original Jaws is the USS Indianapolis monologue speech scene, whatever you want to call that, by actor Robert Shaw playing the character Quint. It almost gives me goosebumps every time I watch it, guys. It's absolutely the best of Jaws. The climax of the first Jaws movie is absolutely brilliant. What a fantastic line to finish the movie, guys. Chief Brody with the shotgun. Smile, you son of a bitch. Boom. Jaws explodes. Looks great. And overall, Jaws is just one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion. Okay, guys, there you have it. That is my ranking of the Jaws movies, the Jaws franchise, the 4 movies, best to worst, worst to best, whatever way you want to put that. Get involved in the comments down below. I want to hear your ranking of those 4 Jaws movies. Let me know. I'm pretty much guessing Jaws, the original, is probably going to be everybody's favourite, but I'd really like to know how you rank the other 3 in there. As I said, for me, this is how it works after rewatching these here for this video. Of course, thanks for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Check out my Patreon, YouTube membership accounts, links in the description, guys. I really appreciate your support on those. Stay safe and thanks for watching.